8 unforeseen reasons a guy rejects you even when he likes you. Each man is unique and has his own motives for avoiding a potential new connection. Some stand out more than others. Here are 8 unexpected reasons a guy can reject you, despite having feelings for you. Number 1. He believes you are overly pessimistic. You think things are going well with a guy, and it appears that he likes you, but he has made it clear that he doesn't want a romantic relationship to develop further. Your viewpoint may be one factor keeping him from making a commitment. Have a moment to consider that he could not want to tell you this, because he fears offending your sentiments. When you're with him, do you feel that you are always complaining about issues or overly talking about other individuals or making remarks about how miserable life is? Consider how frequently you have thoughts like these. Any of these behaviors could be exhausting for him and make him reject you, even if he's not really the upbeat type. If someone is always bringing negativity to the table, it can be draining on a person. He can feel heavier because he thinks you've dumped on him, while you might feel lighter after spending time with him because you've gotten all your thoughts off your chest. There is such a thing as being excessively negative, even while it's normal to periodically want to vent about things, and you should be able to feel like you can do that with someone close to you. Simply put, this guy might find your criticism to be off-putting. But in the end, you must decide for yourself if you want to be with someone who doesn't value your uniqueness. Not a guy who rejects you because they believe you're too negative, but a guy who respects your outlook on life and is understanding of the issues you need to go through. Number 2. He disapproves of your independence. When you are independent, this guy may have found you to be quite attractive. He might have liked the fact that you were at ease traveling alone, that you lived alone, or that you occasionally went out for a drink by yourself. He may have told you this a number of times, expressing his admiration for your character. He might have even mentioned that he wished he could be more independent and self-assured like you. He may have honestly found your freedom to be very attractive as he got to know you. However, as his affections for you deepened, he might have revised his position. He might have been worried about you because of your independence. Many things could be creating the worry, including his own anxieties, which can be making him fearful. Even though he likes you, this guy could have backed off because he started to doubt whether he could really be with someone who is so independent. It's possible that a guy turned you down because he feels you're too independent. Don't alter who you are, though. Many people adore independence as a remarkable characteristic. Don't alter who you are for other people, or quit doing something you want to because of them. You don't want to stay with a guy if he can't let you be who you truly are, which may involve occasionally taking time off to do what you want. At least in my opinion. And a good relationship cannot be created in that manner. I believe that staying independent in a relationship is important and should be praised. Number 3. He feels you have too many friends. You might have a sizable group of friends that you've kept in touch with since your school days, or you might possess a remarkable capacity for making new friends as you go through life. Consider this. How many new friends have you made in the past 6, 12, or several years? In a relationship, you need to maintain your independence, otherwise, it will suffocate you over time and you will start to lose your sense of self. Do you frequently introduce new people into your life? Do you go on coffee dates, days off, or even vacations with your new friends? This could intimidate a person and possibly make him reject you. He might feel intimidated by your large number of friends, or even like a loser for not having as many, or by your innate capacity to draw in new acquaintances. He might believe that if you enter a committed relationship, you won't have time for him and that your busy social life would come first. Instead of assuming that you two won't get along based only on his expectations, a mature man should feel free to articulate what he wants from the relationship. The truth is that you want to be with someone who can communicate well because that will enable you to create a healthy relationship that is beneficial to both of you. Number 4. He struggles with self-esteem. it's possible that this person might reject you despite the fact that he obviously likes you due to his self-esteem problems. You may have communicated to him through your words and deeds that you are committed to being with him and that he is the only person in your life. If he has self-esteem issues, he won't recognize this for what it is if you tell him he's the most attractive guy and tell him you think he's fantastic. He might assume that you are saying it merely for show and doubt your sincerity. This is truly bad when it happens. Even sad, really. If a guy rejects you even if he clearly likes you, it may be because he's thinking that he's not good enough for you. He may be wondering why you like him and believing that you'll eventually leave him for someone else. And if that's the case, it's not as simple as telling him not to worry and assuring him he's good enough for you. You see, problems with self-esteem are pervasive. They have roots in early life, and to overcome them, one must first acknowledge their presence and then work hard to alter their perspective. These problems are solvable inside a relationship. Relationships can actually be immensely healing for a variety of wounds. However, the individual must be prepared to put in the effort. You don't want to be with a man who rejects you out of fear but doesn't understand it. Number 5. He's unsure of whether you really like him. Given that it appears that he likes you and that you like him as well, you might be disappointed that he rejected you. You might have been seriously smitten with him. But does he really understand your feelings for him? Have you expressed your feelings to him, or are you relying solely on your words and deeds to assume that he is aware of them? Often, men need things to be explained to them. By this, I mean that they genuinely require someone to state things as they are. You must express, "I like you, and I want to be with you." You shouldn't just assume that a guy understands how you're feeling because most likely they don't. And as a result, they give up on trying to find you. He might be falling for you too in the meantime. Don't undervalue the impact of having an open discussion about your feelings if you believe this may be the case. Be the one to start it. Show courage. Consider your options. What do you stand to gain and lose by proceeding? Number 6. He believes you are dating someone else. This guy may be speculating that you are interested in someone else in addition to questioning if you really like him. He may have come to believe this about himself, and to protect himself from being injured, he is rejecting you now. He might believe he is defending himself against suffering in the future by using rejection as a coping mechanism. This might seem strange to you, especially if you were truly into him and weren't interested in anyone else. There are a few reasons why his mind could be in this state right now. One reason can be related to his self-esteem issues, which we've already discussed. He might assume that you like someone else because they are more attractive or because you laugh more when you are around them. However, there's also a chance that it's because you've previously talked to him about other men. This might have happened if you two had been friends before you fell for one another. You might have confided in one another about a variety of topics, such as your feelings for other individuals. Whether it was a month ago or a year ago, it might have given him the impression that you have other interests. In other words, he might be rejecting you because he believes that you are focused on someone else and that other individuals are already present. It's unfortunate if he rejects you because of this presumption, which is erroneous on his part. The best thing you can do is express your emotions properly so he can understand where your thoughts are. Number 7. He feels threatened. Are you happy with your life, thriving in your career, and surrounded by an abundance of smart friends? If you are, congrats! You deserve to be with someone who is proud of all your accomplishments and thinks the world of you. But not all guys are like that. Some feel frightened by a relationship and are even aggressive. Simply put, a guy can be rejecting you because of his feelings of embarrassment about himself as a result of being scared by who you are. Your achievements may be spotlighting his shortcomings and the fact that he is not where he wants to be in his life. You are not required to alter his viewpoint. He must complete this voyage on his own. Just keep in mind that you deserve to be with someone who supports you wholeheartedly and meets you where you are. Number 8. You're too critical or judgmental. Remember, when I said that a guy might be rejecting you because you've been overly critical of him earlier? Well, you could be excessively judgmental, which is another quality he might have noticed and disliked. Consider your interactions with him. Have you ever made a point to express your dislike for someone's method of doing something or commented on how they appear? Making judgments about others is not a positive quality. Find the good in the circumstance if he is rejecting you because he dislikes this aspect of you. This is a signal for you to reflect on your behavior and consider why you have been this way. This is your cue to look inwards and think about why you've been like this. But rather than assuming that this is the reason he has rejected you, ask him what the deal is. If he tells you that this is the reason he doesn't want to commit to you, use this insight as an opportunity for your growth. Rather than feeling upset with yourself, be grateful that he's been honest enough to tell you, which will allow you to work through it and become a better person for it. If you like this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.